James met Emily during their sophomore year at university. They were both enrolled in a literature class that required a lot of group discussions and projects. Emily was smart, articulate, and had an infectious laugh that caught James's attention immediately. He, on the other hand, was diligent, thoughtful, and had a quiet charm that Emily found irresistible. Their bond grew over late-night study sessions at the library and long walks across the campus. They shared their dreams, fears, and insecurities, finding solace and strength in each other. It wasn't long before they were inseparable, their relationship blossoming into a deep, passionate love. But as their senior year approached, Emily began to pull away. Despite the undeniable chemistry and emotional connection, she couldn't shake her fear of commitment. She had always struggled with the idea of permanence, terrified that committing to one person meant giving up on other possibilities. One evening, as they sat under the old oak tree on campus, Emily finally voiced her fears. "James, I don't think I can do this anymore," she said, her voice trembling. "I love you, but I'm scared. I can't commit to a future I'm not sure about." James was devastated. He tried to reassure her, to tell her that they could take things one day at a time, but Emily was resolute. She ended the relationship, leaving James heartbroken and confused. Sarah, Emily's younger sister, had always admired James from afar. She was a freshman when James and Emily started dating, and she had a massive crush on him. Sarah was the opposite of Emily in many ways. She was shy, reserved, and always felt like she lived in her sister's shadow. Despite her feelings, Sarah kept her distance, respecting Emily's relationship with James. She contented herself with being friends with James, often joining Emily and him for group outings. James, oblivious to Sarah's crush, treated her like a little sister, always kind and protective. When Emily broke up with James, Sarah was heartbroken for him. She watched as he struggled to move on, wishing she could do more to comfort him. Years passed, and James eventually moved on. He met Lisa at a mutual friend's wedding, and they quickly fell in love. Lisa was warm, compassionate, and had a way of making everyone around her feel special. James found in her the stability and commitment he had longed for with Emily. James and Lisa married, and their family grew with the arrival of their 2 children, a boy named Ethan and a girl named Lily. Their life was filled with love and laughter, and James couldn't have been happier. During this time, Sarah became close friends with Lisa. They met at a family gathering, and Lisa's genuine kindness drew Sarah in. They bonded over shared interests and quickly became confidants. Sarah cherished her friendship with Lisa, even though it meant being constantly reminded of her unrequited feelings for James. Sarah remained a supportive presence in James's life, often helping with the children and being a shoulder to lean on during difficult times. She kept her feelings for James hidden, focusing instead on the deep friendship she had with Lisa. Tragedy struck when Lisa was diagnosed with a terminal illness. The news devastated the family, and Sarah stepped in to help as much as she could. She spent countless hours with Lisa, caring for her and supporting James and the children through the difficult journey. Lisa's strength and grace in the face of her illness were remarkable. She remained positive and hopeful, even as her condition worsened. Sarah's friendship became a source of immense comfort for Lisa, who often confided in her about her worries and hopes for the future. After Lisa's passing, the grief was overwhelming. James struggled to cope with the loss of his beloved wife, trying to stay strong for Ethan and Lily. Sarah continued to support the family, doing her best to help them through the dark times. One evening, as James was going through Lisa's things, he found an email she had scheduled to send after her death. With trembling hands, he opened it and found a video attachment. He hesitated, then pressed play. Lisa's familiar face appeared on the screen, her eyes filled with love and warmth. "Hi, James," she began. "If you're watching this, it means I'm no longer with you. I want you to know how much I love you and how grateful I am for the life we shared. You were my everything." Tears streamed down James's face as he listened. "But, my love," Lisa continued, "I need you to promise me something. I need you to move on, to find happiness again. You're an amazing father and an incredible man, and you deserve to love and be loved." Lisa paused, her expression turning more serious. "There's someone I think you should reconnect with, someone who still loves you deeply and would be wonderful for you and the kids." She held up a picture of Emily. "She's the one, James. Please give her a chance." Emily attended Lisa's funeral, staying in the background to avoid causing any more pain for James. She had never stopped loving him, and seeing him so broken was almost too much to bear. After watching the video, James was torn. He had loved Lisa deeply and wasn't sure if he was ready to move on, but Lisa's words lingered in his mind, and he decided to reach out to Emily. Their first meeting was awkward and filled with unspoken emotions. They talked about their past, the reasons for their breakup, and the lives they had lived since. Slowly, they began to rebuild their connection, finding comfort in each other's presence. Part 8. Building a new relationship. James and Emily started spending more time together, cautiously exploring their feelings. They both had to confront their past fears and insecurities, learning to trust and open up again. Emily bonded with Ethan and Lily, who were initially wary but grew to love her. The challenges of blending their lives were significant, but Emily's genuine care for the children and her deep love for James helped them navigate the difficulties. As James and Emily grew closer, they faced several obstacles. Sarah's unspoken feelings for James and her close friendship with Lisa created tension. James had to assure Sarah that she would always be important to him, and Sarah had to come to terms with her feelings and support James's happiness. James and Emily also had to deal with their own lingering fears, Emily's fear of commitment and James's guilt over moving on from Lisa. Through open communication and mutual support, they gradually overcame these challenges. James and Emily finally found their stride as a couple. They made a commitment to each other and to Ethan and Lily, creating a new, loving family. The children accepted Emily as a mother figure, and the family began to heal and grow together. James often thought about Lisa and the profound impact she had on his life. He knew she would be happy to see him and Emily together, fulfilling her final wish. In the end, James and Emily's journey was one of love, loss, and rediscovery. They had found their second chance at love, honoring Lisa's memory and building a future filled with hope and happiness.